Greetings, greetings, greetings. I wanted to jump on and share with you something that came up this morning as I was listening to a prayer call for Holy Week. And it just kind of really um, sit with me about leadership and how Jesus really displayed leadership even as he was headed towards the cross. And so I wanted to share with you the three S's that the Holy Spirit dropped in my spirit as a way to see how Jesus led, even in difficult times. He started out Holy Week where the people were praising him and they were hollering, Hosanna, Hosanna. But by the end of the week, if you are a believer, you know the end of the story, how it turns out that they're no longer saying Hosanna, that they are actually saying crucify him. And a lot of times that is how things are with leaders. You have people that are, praising and shouting your name and like, oh, you're the best leader and you're doing great work. But then they can turn on you and they start saying crucify you. They they lead you to the cross. They want to crucify you because something happened that they didn't agree with. And I've seen that happen before as when I was leading in corporate America and in community mental health that start out liking you and then they want to crucify you before the end. But I want to share these three leadership characteristics. I don't know exactly what to call them, but they're things that make what a healthy leader looks like. So the first one is leadership is sacred, that healthy leaders have a piece of understanding the respect and the holiness and the sacredness of being a leader. That at times it comes with understanding who you are as a spiritual being and not allowing the way that culture sees things or how what culture describes as leadership, but there's a sacredness in in it. And everybody's spiritual viewpoint is different, but we're spiritual beings. So we know that there's a piece of sacredness that comes. It's being able to honor humanity, the humanity in one another. That everybody's not the same, but we're all human. So you really want to really look into this whole sacredness of leadership, and it helps to create environments that where people can trust you, where people can be resilient and bounce back from things, and they feel empowered in the work. So when you create an environment where leadership is sacred, you help honor, like I said, the humanness and the spirit part of the person that is there, and there's a spiritual nature and theme that goes through the environment. But then the second one that kind of leads into the once it's a sacred environment and you are a sacred leader and you're displaying that, you create safety. So leadership is safe. A lot of times, what happens is people are working somewhere and leadership becomes unhealthy and creates an unsafe environment. But if you think about the leadership and the journey of Jesus, he always had a piece of safety. He was a safe leader. He created leadership from a safe space of being able to see people for who they are and were, and being able to help them to feel valued. And what goes on in safe spaces is that people feel seen. They feel like they can be authentic in who they are without feeling like that they have to create or perform behind this mask, but they're able to feel safe. And safety is so important because a lot of workspaces and even like just church spaces, all different type of spaces, come with this lens of not lens, well, a theme that trauma it takes place, but we have to have trauma informed spaces where we see everybody that comes through the door as someone who has experienced trauma. And we don't want to perpetuate that trauma through how we show up with them. We want to create a safe space. And so that helps to build resiliency, empowerment, humanity when it is about a safe leader and safe leadership. So leadership is about being sacred, creating that safe, that spiritual, and that resiliency and that empowerment. Then also along with safety, building resiliency, authenticity, and empowerment. And the third S is service. We think about how, as leaders, we are served. We're not in leadership positions to be served. We are leaders that we serve others. We're serving the people that are following us. And if you think about the journey of Jesus from as he came into Jerusalem and for Holy Week, he came and he did a piece of serving when he was doing the Last Supper with the disciples. He washed their feet, and they were like, "You should be washing our feet. We should be washing yours." But he made it clear that if he didn't serve as a leader, then they couldn't follow him. So service is such an important part as a leader. It helps us to be humble in who we are in our humanity and to be able to display humility when we're working with other people. So, just being able to be a servant leader, someone who is willing to serve. So you have to be able to serve to be able to go to the next level without being caught up in you you know being served yourself. So a service comes with a space of authenticity. When you're authentic, you're able to serve others. Resiliency, when you are serving others, you're able to bounce back and help others bounce back, and a sense of empowerment. So as we think about these three leadership attributes, traits, types of leadership, I want you to remember that leadership is sacred, leadership is safe, and leadership is of service to other humans as we help other people to walk in humanity. So I hope this has helped you, and I hope that you're able to use these tools. And remember that if you want to be a leader, you have to re-imprint your leadership by showing up and being authentic in who you are and creating sacred, safe, and places of service to others. Have a great day.